Hey guys, Sunday Slot Cars here, and I had an interesting question today about gaps involving the track planner. So the track planner we're going to use today is Ultimate Racer 3. I didn't fucking hit record on the fucking computer.
I thought maybe you were going to click
No, probably going to be applicable to other track planners as well. First, I think I'm going to show an example of a track that is perfectly fit. So even though this looks perfectly fit, it's not. The person who I made this track plan for said they had to get rid of one of the small 1/3 pieces. I don't know if it was this or this, whichever one, and then make a slight adjustment. But for the most part, this would have been perfectly fine. So let's go to some various gaps on this other side here, Amanda, and I will explain them to you. So the first one in the upper left corner here is what I think is the worst gap to deal with, and that is you have a small space in the track itself. And the reason why this is such a problem is because the electrical connection's about how tight the track is. So you're either, in order to fill this gap in, you're gonna have to like push all of your joints kind of outwards, like all the rest of the joints. And then they'll like make a bit of a connection. Not only that, but this track's always gonna want to keep coming apart over and over and over again as cars go over it.
All right.
Constantly, much more than the other problems we're gonna do an example of. My advice here is to absolutely get some gap filler track, 1/4, 1/3. I think something this small, you're probably gonna have a bit of an overlap, which is gonna be another gap as we go down this list, was what the overlap's gonna be, right?
So should we discuss here what's the minimum connection point between each track piece so you're not losing connection?
Yeah. So obviously what you're gonna wanna do, we are going to go through that one after, but obviously this would be something like this would be best where there's no visible problem. With plastic track, especially if you're going multi-lane, you're going to find that there's going to be some stress, especially as you get like a bigger track. Like the one at the market we have fits perfectly well, even like on the track planner and in the market itself.
That's the current track though.
Yes, I know. The
Not
old
our
one
next
didn't.
One, not our last one.
No, not our last one, but even that will have some problems. It seemed to resist. It likes to resist like locking fully, but when it does, it holds its shape pretty well. But periodically, you have to tug at it to put everything back. Okay, so this next one here, this is a good example of an extreme overlap. So you can actually have this.
You just take a smaller piece.
So you'd fill that in. So you can actually, if this right here, like this distance would be pretty okay. I think you can get away with that. The track's not always going to want to like bulge out all the time if it was, just a bit over. That's okay. You have some play with these plastic track pieces. Yeah, so the previous one, you nailed it on the head, is you actually want to use a combination of 1/3, 1/4 straights. So the packs of straights we have in, the 1/4 and 1/3, you just get one of each because assuming you're on digital or you're two-lane analog, you just get one box of each because they both come with two pieces. So one box has two pieces. So usually you'd use like, 2 1/3 and a 1/4 or 2 1/4 and a 1/3, whatever you need to fill in that gap. Another thing you could do that I haven't mentioned is you can put the gap filler in like, since I was touching this, I'll touch this one here. So you could put like a piece of gap filler here and maybe like one here. So like you could put like a one. Let's go over here. I'll search the straights. So we have the 1/3. So yeah, it's the 1/4 straight you'd want to. So as you can see, just by putting in these things. So yeah, the 1/4 straight for this example here that I mentioned before would be the one you want. I'm actually gonna go like that. I might not even need the 1/3. Look at me play with this as I'm shooting. I think comments, do you think this is gonna make it? Oh no, that's definitely not gonna make it. Well, no, see, that'd be fine. See, this gap right here is perfectly fine. It's just slightly over. This track would fit beautifully. Okay, this last one is actually kind of like this one that we just fixed. The difference between the overlap, and this one is that this is more, the problem here is more that it doesn't fit in sideways, right? Like it's not going to interlock. Wider current radius. The gap filler track would also help 1/3, 1/4 straights is what I call the gap filler track. As for this example, this one isn't as bad, I find.
That's like the way it looks like to me is you have to bring that other piece like
You do, but like I said,
down.
everything has some play. Like this problem without gap filler, you could like definitely race on it without pulling your hair out. It is something you're gonna want to fix. And again, I'm not guaranteeing anything, but this one is the easiest to fix. Definitely be looking at getting a wider turds or some gap filler or something like that. For this gap, you're pretty okay. So I hope we've gone through all the gaps. Do you think there's anything else we should be bringing up for this gap filler example? Yeah, the only thing I'm going to say is that the straights that come in the hairpin curve, so the hairpin curve has some unique straights and they're not on this program.
Wow.
But the nice thing about that hairpin curve is that it has those straights, so you know you can use it to fill in some gaps. Maybe we'll do a hairpin curve turn review later on. We don't actually have one ourselves, but you know.
So that will take some time.
Yes. So anyways, that's it for this video. I hope I've answered your questions about the gap filler. Definitely want to try to get the track as tight as possible. It's a lot less annoying having to constantly adjust it constantly. So with that,
Absolutely.
and you can absolutely buy product from us at sunday-lot-cars.square.site. Remember, support your favorite slot car channel. And by that I mean us. Don't give me that look! Look what you did!
Okay, what look?
We'll see it in post.
And we'll see you next time.
Or should we say subscribe?
Oh.
You yelled at me last time for saying it for you.
Please subscribe.
Okay, well, I've already said it. Okay,
comment,
bye
like.
guys.
We'll see you next time. Bye.